Located in the middle south of the United States, in the natural state of Arkansas, is a region rich in history, the arts, and a plethora of outdoor activities for you to enjoy. This region has been ranked consistently by U.S. News and other national media outlets as not only one of the best places to live, but one of the fastest growing regions in the entire United States, with the population just over 575,000 people and spanning across 3 counties. Welcome to Northwest Arkansas. Hey, thanks for tuning into the channel where we learn about everything there is to know about life in Bentonville. I'm going to be delivering to you a comprehensive tour about what life is like around all of Northwest Arkansas. A majority of people just like you are researching Northwest Arkansas to see if it might be a fit for their family. So today I'm going to give you a comprehensive tour of all of Northwest Arkansas, starting from where the region started, where we are today, and where the region is going. I'm going to give you content in regards to schools, cost of living, what activities there are to do. So sit back, relax, and enjoy everything Northwest Arkansas has to offer. Many find it helpful to know a bit of history about our region to give a richer understanding of what the area looked like before what it is you see today. That said, here's your quick history lesson. Before early settlers established themselves to the region, it was the Osage Native Americans who enjoyed this region as their hunting and fishing grounds. Arkansas, as part of Thomas Jefferson's Louisiana Purchase in the early 1800s, that land purchase being one of the largest in our nation's history was 828,000 square miles. And it might be fun for you to know that was a purchase price of 4 cents an acre. The U.S. Census Bureau defines Northwest Arkansas as Washington, Benton, and Madison counties. However, most people living in this area, including myself, really talk about Northwest Arkansas as being just Benton and Washington counties, and that's what we talk about here on the channel. Just before the University of Arkansas opened its doors in 1871, the Arkansas black apple was discovered by local growers and became an economy of itself as Northwest Arkansas region started becoming a major hub of exporting apples. About the same time that the Frisco Railway made its way into Northwest Arkansas, between that and the apple economy made this area jump into overdrive. Apples being a major export of the area, I mean, we're talking serious here. Local towns had pageants and parades celebrating the apple and its history in the area. Like many areas of the South, our region was tied to the Civil War. One of the most notable battles was the Battle of Pea Ridge, which some would say is the most significant battle of the Civil War. Today, the Pea Ridge Military Park commemorates this pivotal role of securing Missouri for the Union. All right, that being said, let's fast forward to the mid-1900s, whereas in 1935, that's when Tyson Foods was founded down in Springdale, Arkansas, and they are now the world's largest producer of poultry. As you can see behind me, the Walton Five and Dime, during the early 1950s, Sam Walton opened his Five and Dime store here on the Bentonville Square, and then later in Rogers, Arkansas, opened his first Walmart store in 1962. Just before that, in 1961, J.B. Hunt Transportation down in Lowell, Arkansas, now the United States' 3rd largest transportation company, it was founded in 1961. As you can imagine, with retail, food, and transportation combined with being located in the middle of the country, each one of those respective companies is now a powerhouse to what you see today. Also during the mid-1900s, around the early 60s, is when Cooper communities started developing Bella Vista from a resort community into a retirement community, and now no longer being a retirement community is flush with people of all ages being its residents. During the early 60s also, the White River was dammed up, creating what you can see now as Beaver Lake. More on that later in the video. By the start of the 21st century, the area was starting to grow by leaps and bounds. Now, I don't know if this is a rumor or if this is a fact, but early around the turn of the century, it's my understanding that Sam Walton was an integral guy. He was the type of guy that wanted to do business with you face to face and have a handshake. Now, again, I don't know if this was fact or fiction. Maybe somebody can reach out and tell me this for certain, but it's my understanding that Sam said, hey, if we're gonna do business together, you need to have an office here in Northwest Arkansas. So if you worked for a major consumer packaged good company, you would have to have a local presence here so you could do business face to face. Of course, that created so much growth and development into our area, having people move here and local economy and infrastructure needing to be kept up with that growth. Now here we are 20 plus years into the new century. Northwest Arkansas has gained popularity with multiple different monikers like best places to live, Mountain biking capital of the world. You may be asking yourself, what are some of the details that caused this area to get such high accolades? Well, let's talk about some schools. Earlier, we had mentioned the University of Arkansas located in Fayetteville. With some of its majors being nursing, communication, biology, and business, you may have also heard people calling those hogs on a TV or maybe an SEC sporting event. Other universities in the area include Northwest Arkansas Community College up in Bentonville, Ecclesia College down in Elm Springs, and a private Christian school named John Brown University located in Siloam Springs on the far west side of Northwest Arkansas, almost to Oklahoma. According to niche.com, some of the best public and private schools in the state are located right here in Northwest Arkansas, namely Haas Hall Academy, Thaden School, Rogers New Technology High School, Founders Classical Academy, and finally both Fayetteville and Bentonville public schools, combined with those other ones, are ranked top 10 in the entire state. Now, if schools aren't as important to you, let's now talk about some of the details as some of the activities that you can enjoy here in the natural state of Arkansas. Located in the base of the Ozark Mountains to the north and the Boston Mountains to the south, there's undulating topography all around us that lends itself to multiple different types of activities that we're going to dig into now. By now, you've heard that Northwest Arkansas, and namely Bentonville, is the mountain biking capital of the world, with multiple different events and accolades in that regard. One of the best resources that you could check out would be oztrails.com to be able to see where some of those trails are located. Northwest Arkansas is riddled with single track hiking and biking trails from Bella Vista all the way down to Devil's Den State Park, and from the west side of Siloam Springs to Eureka Springs, and even the downhill trails that are located in Ponca, which is Madison County, and again, according to the U.S. Census Bureau, is part of Northwest Arkansas. Greenway and connector trails all through the big cities of Bella Vista, Bentonville, Rogers, and Springdale and Fayetteville are going to be able to connect you to many of these single track and mountain biking trails. Earlier, we had mentioned the development of Bella Vista, which is our farthest most north city here in Northwest Arkansas. As of the early 80s, there are now 7 reservoirs or lakes that are in Bella Vista, and all along the east side of Northwest Arkansas, we had mentioned earlier Beaver Lake, that has nearly 31,700 acres of water surface to you enjoy whatever type of water activity you want to do, from boating to e-foiling to swimming, fishing, what have you. There are over 483 miles of shoreline. Of course, there are other small lakes in Northwest Arkansas as well. There's Lake Sequoia and Lake Fayetteville, but we can't get into all the details. That should give you a pretty good feel that there's a lot of lakes in Northwest Arkansas to enjoy. With all of those lakes, you can imagine there's now also hundreds of parks all throughout the region, from dog parks to water parks and splash pads, ball fields of all different sorts, every kind you can think of, and yes, including pickleball and cricket fields and courts as well. Places to camp, having a picnic, or enjoying nature is only a short roll or stroll away anywhere you go in Northwest Arkansas. If you're a bit like me and you like to play some golf, Arkansas has the Arkansas Golf Trail, and some of those premier courses are located right here in Northwest Arkansas. Okay, Anthony, what are also some of the things to do, activities to enjoy in Northwest Arkansas? Let's dig into some of that now. With the growth that we discussed earlier comes the inclusion of arts and culture. If you're into music, plays, festivals, and museums, Northwest Arkansas has that for you. The Arkansas Music Pavilion, locally known as the AMP, you can find mainline recording artists. Walton Arts Center features anything from local symphonies to national traveling groups like the Blue Man Group. Up in Bentonville has Crystal Bridges. Springdale has Botanical Gardens. There's music and film festivals, farmers markets, just about anywhere you look in Northwest Arkansas. My friend, there's always something going on in Northwest Arkansas. If you're bored, it's probably your own fault. We have movie theaters, fine dining, even speakeasies in certain cities. Other activities and things of note are the 7 other Bentonville museums. Most cities here in Northwest Arkansas have some type of museum giving you a little bit more of a richer history than what I gave at the beginning of the video. Other attractions you might find of interest are the Arkansas Naturals, who are a farm team for the Kansas City Royals. Scattered throughout Northwest Arkansas are small airports that serve each city, but our major airport that runs through the area with multiple non-stop destinations is XNA. If you're on a flight and you land in Northwest Arkansas, a lot of the time they say, "Welcome to Fayetteville, Arkansas," which XNA is not located in Fayetteville. It's actually west of Bentonville. What about shopping, you ask? Well, my friend, if you are involved in one of those activities that we spoke of earlier, of course, there's national retail chains to where you can outfit yourself with whatever you need for those activities, but we also have local and regional boutique shops that can fit your needs as well. When we talk about retail, we also have to talk about grocery and shopping. Many of my clients moving here are used to going and shopping at a Whole Foods, a Trader Joe's, or other type of bulk food shopping like Costco. Well, my friends, we don't have a Costco here in Northwest Arkansas. There was a little rumor that one was coming, but the closest Costco is going to be up in Springfield, over in Tulsa, or down in Little Rock. We have regional grocery chains. And of course, you've probably seen or maybe heard of this little company called Walmart that has their own grocery chain as well called Neighborhood Market. If you're watching this video and of course there's something that I haven't quite covered, by all means, drop it down in the comments and I'll answer it for you. The next section is my favorite section to talk about. Being a realtor, I could get really long-winded on this, but I'll keep it short and sweet for you, my friends, because depending on when you watch this video, housing changes on a daily basis. As of right now in the shooting of this video, we are in an inventory shortage, meaning that there aren't enough houses to help supply the influx of people moving to our area. As of late, there was around 36 net new families moving every day to Northwest Arkansas. That's around 11,000 people a year. We have all sorts of different types of housing available for you here in Northwest Arkansas, from apartments, single family homes, all the way up to sprawling 5,000 plus square feet homes on multiple acres. I could do an entire video on this topic alone, but for the sake of this video, we have a wide variety, some old homes, some new homes, being developed in the early 1900s and more so after 2000. We have a lot of newer construction in our area. Newer meaning newer than 25 years old. Depending on where you find yourself, $350,000 to $500,000 is about what we're seeing in our area. Now, if you want a bigger bang for your buck, as they say, you're going to have to travel a little bit farther away from those big cities I mentioned earlier, Bentonville, Rogers, Springdale, and Fayetteville. If you want some acreage, you're going to have to go a little bit farther out or be willing to spend some money. If you're doing your research, as you are right now, you probably know that Arkansas is one of the cheapest states to live in the United States when calculating things like transportation and housing and taxes and those sorts of things. But I have to caution you, my friend, here in Northwest Arkansas, Benton, Washington, and Madison counties, it's one of the most expensive places to live in the entire state. Northwest Arkansas lives a little bit closer cost-wise to cities like Nashville. Depending on your specific situation, reach out to me. I'm happy to discuss what cost of living look like for your specific situation. A hot topic is always taxes. Taxes in Arkansas, we are one of the states that has a graduated scale based off of your personal income. Something also I know that's a big difference from many other areas in the country is our taxes that we pay on our property are based on assessed value, like for our homes, not on purchase price. So that may be important to know as well. I don't know about too many people that like to talk about taxes. And as you may know, moving to Northwest Arkansas isn't all rainbows and butterflies. It's compromise, my friends, that help move us along. You have to know that with a fast-growing area, there's going to be maybe some construction in the background. You're going to see high-tension power lines. Perhaps you're going to be diverted on a detour to go on your regular path to work, or maybe an event that you go to. But don't worry, it's growing, it's developing. Let's talk about where Northwest Arkansas is going now. One of the major developments in our area is Walmart is building an entire new office. As you see here, this campus is going to be absolutely gorgeous with trails running throughout, multiple different types of buildings. One would tend to believe that this is going to be a destination workplace for people working for Walmart corporate. Everywhere you look around town, there's buildings being built, roads being widened, and of course neighborhoods development to help keep up with the massive growth of people coming to our area. These are growing pains that we're experiencing. A lot of the locals tell me that they're not a fan of the growth that we're experiencing. However, I have to ask, what city is the same as it was 30 years ago? It's not. We're growing as a country, we're growing as a city. Rogers is revitalizing their downtown area, much like you might see over in Bentonville, with high-density housing, trails, parks, new fun activities to do for you and your family. When you come and visit the area, you're going to notice growth in every form or fashion. More mountain bike trails, more city roads and streets and sidewalks, of course, major freeways being expanded and arteries being opened up to allow for better traffic flow. Residential neighborhoods popping up just about everywhere you look. Restaurants, shopping. I've even heard that just over the Oklahoma border, inside of Oklahoma, is a major development, a massive theme park headed to our area. That will be about 2 hours away or less. Something significant for you sports fans to look for down the road is the arrival of professional soccer here for both men's and women's league with the USL. They're planning on building a 5,000-seat stadium just off of Bellevue Road in the Pinnacle Hills area of Rogers. Local economists are saying that for the foreseeable future, this area's growth shows no signs of stopping. It seems like almost all the time something new is being announced that is going to come to Northwest Arkansas. If you're looking to move to the area and want to know more about each specific city, I also did a tour on every single one of those. Now you know a little bit more about what life is like in and around Bentonville. Thanks for watching.